Hello everybody, Hassan here from Galaxy Invest. Just a reminder, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Okay, so before we get into today's video, please like this video, guys. Smash that like button, smash that subscription button. Please do subscribe. And if you have any questions or any sort of input in our video, please leave a comment below, guys. It really helps us. It helps the community, and ultimately, I think you can get some value out of it, and maybe other people as well. So please like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. So today I wanted to talk about a story, right? And this is a real story. I haven't made up anything here. It's concerning Bitcoin. And there's going to be a moral at the end of this story, so please hold on to it. It should be a quick story. So in 2017, I learned about cryptocurrencies, right? And in reality, I actually learned about Bitcoin in 2013. I think it was in 2013. It was like in a summer class at university. But I really didn't take it seriously. I remember there was like this subreddit about Bitcoin in 2013. There was like a weird wizard image as a logo or something along those lines. It was a quite funny logo, but I never took it seriously, right? So fast forward 2017, I learned about Bitcoin and I see the price is just skyrocketing, right? It's going up. And many news outlets are talking about Bitcoin, right? You have Bloomberg, CNBC, MSN, and all these legacy media covering Bitcoin, right? Saying, hey, what's this? What's going on here? What's going on? Like, what is this? And many platforms were talking about it, even on social media, right? And that piqued my interest, right? Just like most people, right? I started researching and I sort of went in a rabbit hole of Bitcoin, right? And I started researching the white paper, obviously, that was published in 2009 by Satoshi, and I started reading all these technical details, and I tried to really do my research, and at the end, I actually ended up buying Bitcoin. And don't forget, this was the end of 2017. So if anyone here doesn't know, 2017 we had a huge run up, and then there was a huge crash in 2018, 2019, and even at the beginning of 2020. So let's just say for about 2 years and a half, Bitcoin went down, right? And if anybody looks at any graph out there, just Google Bitcoin price, you'll see in 2017 from its peak, I think it was down like 70 to 75%, even 80%. And I'm not saying I bought it at the peak, right? I bought chunks, as it ran up to its peak, but I still was down, I think 60 to 70%, guys. So if anybody has ever been down 60 to 70% from its original investment, regardless of what it is, right? It's a company, an asset, real estate, doesn't matter. I think you know exactly how I felt. And I won't lie to you guys, in 2018, 2019, every single time I went to work, like almost daily, guys, daily, I was thinking about how I fucked up, right? I messed up. And the crazy thing here, guys, the crazy thing is that I'm an engineer, right? So it's not like I was in debt. It's not like I needed that money. So I'm very thankful of that. I know a lot of people were in much worse situations, but ultimately, for many days, I felt really bad, guys. But I never sold. I never sold. And the reason why I never sold a single piece of Bitcoin is because I believed in what I researched previously. My conviction was always high about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space in general, right? And fast forward 2020, after the 2020 crash, that most of you are aware in the stock market and also in the crypto world, Bitcoin just went up, right? And now obviously it's at like, well, I think it's over 60K US dollar or whatever that number is now, and I still haven't sold. The idea behind this story, guys, the moral behind this story is when you research, right? When you've done your research and you've built conviction, no matter what happens to the price of the asset, no matter what the legacy media says, no matter what the legacy media says. This is very important, guys, because for every day, I swear to God, for every day from 2017 to like, well, 2018 to 2020, you know, you would see like posts on legacy media saying, hey, Bitcoin is dead, you know, this many families are ruined by it. And I never heard any of that. Like I heard it, but I never took it seriously. And the idea behind this story, guys, is that no matter what happens to the asset that you research and build conviction to it, stick with it, right? Stick with it. Then I do agree you need to have, you know, an exit plan and whatnot. And obviously, if there's an emergency, or whatnot, obviously this is to your discretion. And again, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm just basically telling my story and how I view things, and ultimately what our community is about at Galaxy Invest, right? We believe in researching. We believe in researching in technologies that will disrupt the next decades, and we believe in holding those companies no matter what legacy media says, no matter what the shorts may say about, you know, some of these company. It doesn't matter what these institutions say. It doesn't matter what if X Y institution sells or buy. If the fundamentals stay, if the fundamentals do not change, there should be no reason for you to pull out, unless, of course, like I mentioned, there's an emergency reason or whatnot. So, guys, apply what I just mentioned, the whole moral of the story. Try to apply it in not just in the investments in your life, but in every single thing in your life, right? About fitness, health, your social relationships, your relationships. Guys, remember, no matter what people say, if you are confident about whatever you're doing, you should double down on it, and you should always focus on the long term. And going back to what we cover in this channel, right? We covered genomics, we covered gene editing. We saw how CRISPR Therapeutics was down for like, I think it's down from from its peak earlier this year alone. It's been down like 50%. And you see ARK Invest selling some Editas. You see ARK Invest doubling down on Beam Therapeutics, and you saw some of these companies getting hammered. But the fundamentals of most of these companies have not changed, right? We're still waiting for CTX001 from CRISPR Therapeutics. We're still getting a great procedure from Beam Therapeutics about how they're filing for IND. So you know things are moving forward. So there should be no reason for you to lose confidence about any of these companies that you ultimately researched and pulled the trigger and invested in them. And again, if you want to switch strategies, if you just want to pull out because you just can't hold it, then I really advise you guys to question, really questions yourself as to, are you a day trader? Are you a penny stock trader? Are you really an investor? And part of being an investor is believing in a company and researching it so much, and whether that's a company, a vertical in an industry, right? If you're looking at a particular industry and you really think the future is going to be shifting towards that, and you've looked at the competition and you've looked at the naysayers' arguments, and you still ended up pulling the trigger, then guys, no matter what happens in the stock market, no matter what happens in social media, it doesn't matter if legacy media they set out negative ratings about a stock or an asset, just hold on to it, right? Just hold on to it. And at the end of the day, guys, you know, either you're right or you're wrong, right? It's really binary, right? There's no in between, right? Either you'll be right about your investment or you're wrong about your investment. And I really would not advise anyone to sell an investment when they're down 50, 60, 70% of its highs, because at that point you're just basically, you know, that negativity will stay in your mind, right? We've all done those mistakes in the past, right? That negativity will follow you, and then what will end up happening is that you will end up, you know, following an index fund or a mutual fund, and there's nothing wrong with those. There's nothing wrong with those. But if you're going to watch these videos, if you're going to watch other YouTube videos, if you're going to spend that time, guys, in researching in companies, you might as well see how it turns out on the long term, right? And when I'm talking about long term, I'm not even talking about a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm talking about like 7, 8, 10 years, guys. I'm talking about a decade. See it play it out, right? And genomics, CRISPR Therapeutics is the perfect play for this. There's no mass market product, there's no commercial product yet, but we believe that in the next few years, we will see the market, we will see many of these companies producing and releasing commercial products that will cure many people and will eradicate many diseases in the long term. So this is our belief, this is our conviction, and we believe that this is going to happen in the future. And until the fundamentals change, until anything of that sort change in some of those companies or that industry, we will stick on to that conviction. But again, we will be open-minded, but we will not sell no matter what. So guys, this is just, that's what I wanted to do today in this video. I wanted to give you that anecdotal story about Bitcoin, but apply it in any of these companies you invest in, whether that's in genomics and Tesla, any of these companies, guys. Or cryptocurrencies, even in those types of assets. Very high risk, but if you've done your research and you've had a positive and a strong conviction about it, there should be no reason for you to pull out from your investment unless there's a change in fundamentals. And it's very hard to change fundamentals, guys. I'm talking about like a mass exodus in a company. I'm talking about leadership, like just disassembling. Like I'm talking about big changes, guys. And so far, nothing is happening in genomics in that regard. So I'm talking about like some of these companies I mentioned, right? CRISPR Therapeutics, Antilia, Beam Therapeutics. In fact, some of these companies actually got better leadership, got more experience, and ultimately have more and more research to back up their research claims. So, guys, we'll end this video like this. Please like this video. There's the like button. Please smash it. Subscribe. It will really help. And again, if you have any questions, leave a comment and we'll get back to you. So thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you very much. Thank you.